All right, good afternoon. Happy Wednesday, everybody. And I want to do a quick shout out to my son, Samuel. He is our official videographer. All right. So we started with our Bible verse. Ready? Here we go. But when they looked up, they saw that the stone, which was very large, had been rolled away. As they entered the tomb, they saw a young man dressed in white sitting on the right side, and they were alarmed. I'll do it one more time. But when they looked up, they saw the stone that was very large had been rolled away. As they entered the tomb, they saw a young man dressed in white sitting on the right side, and they were alarmed. So that's your Bible verse for this week. Then you'll need to pull out this folder. And I want you to find a page that you probably did yesterday. It's page 104A. And on it, you worked on writing the number 94. Go ahead and pause it if you need a minute. Not you. Did you pause it?
No.
Okay. All right. We're gonna look at number 3. Number 3 has a math word that we need to practice, and that word is congruent. Yes. Do you remember what congruent means? It means same size and same shape. So as we look at number 3, I see that each one of these is the shape of a square, but one of them is not the same size. Is it number 1, 2, 3, or 4? Press pause if you need a minute to look. And the answer is number 3. Number 3 is not the same size. It is bigger, much bigger. Okay, and then I want you to look at number 5, and there was a word on there that we hadn't practiced yet. Go ahead and just look at me, Sam. The word on there is the word foot. So to teach you about the word foot, I have a story, and this story is from 300 years ago. Okay, so we're gonna imagine a family 300 years ago, and this family needs a new bed. So the daddy decides to figure out how big the bed should be, and so he walks with his feet. 1 foot, 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet, 6 feet. He decides they need a bed 6 daddy feet long. So he goes into town and he meets with the carpenter. Now that's someone who builds stuff with wood.
Yeah.
Yep. And he has to meet with them because there aren't furniture stores 300 years ago. And he tells the carpenter, I need a bed and it needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 daddy feet long. The carpenter says, okay, I'll make it for you. And he does. So the bed gets to the house. And then the mom decides, I want a new blanket for this bed. So she goes into town and she visits the store where they have, where there's a person who knows how to sew really well and does everything with fabric. And the person who works there is this little older granny. Yeah. And so the mom tells the granny, I need a blanket that is 6 feet long. And so the little granny walks across her floor, measuring out her fabric. 1 granny foot, 2 granny feet, 3 granny feet, 4 granny feet, 5 granny feet, 6 granny feet. And she gets the mom a blanket that is 6 granny feet long. So mom brings the blanket home and she lays it on the bed. And there's a problem. Do you know what the problem is? The problem is the blanket doesn't fit the bed. Why? Why doesn't the blanket fit the bed? Because the bed is how big? 6 daddy feet. But the blanket's only 6 granny feet. And Granny's feet are this big, but Daddy's feet are this big. They're different sizes.
That's a bigger difference.
Mm-hmm. Just like if you were standing next to your dad and you took 6 steps and your dad took 6 steps, his steps would be longer. Take you further. So here's how they solved the problem 300 years ago. They took out the ruler and said between 0 and 12, 0 and 12 inches, that's what we've been using, the inches side, that is gonna be 1 foot. Now, you can practice this at home. I did it with our friends today. We measured our walking feet. My walking foot is 9 feet. And some of our friends had 5-inch feet, and some of our friends had 7-inch feet. There were all sorts of different sizes because our walking feet are all different sizes. So look down at your walking feet and say, these feet are for walking.
These feet are for walking.
Then get your ruler out and says, this foot is for measuring.
This foot is for measuring.
All right, so we have different feet. We have feet for walking and we have feet for measuring. 12 inches is 1 foot. Then your job for today is to do fact assessment 15. On here we have all different addition facts. Plus 0, stay the same. Plus 1, go up 1, go next door. Plus 2, skip up 2. Then we have some doubles. We have doubles plus ones where you circle the smaller number, do the doubles plus 1. And we even have our number friends where we use our 10 fingers and see how many are up and how many are down. So like 7 is friends with 1, 2, 3. 7 and 3 makes 10. Or I could do 4. 4 is friends with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 and 6 make 10. All of your addition. So all of your math facts are on that assessment, okay? And then, let's see, the last thing for math is that you'll need to do 105A, the guided practice. And you'll only need to do A sides on homework, okay? Also, you need to do your spelling video and practice, and you need to read. And then I put a Bible video for you to watch on the weekly work page so your parents can click on that link and you can watch that, okay? All right, next we're gonna do phonograms. So pull out your whiteboard and your marker. Press pause if you need time to get them. Phonograms, so you'll get out your whiteboard and your marker. Press pause while you get them. Your first phonogram that you're going to write, are you gonna write the ones for our test this week, which are the 2 ways to spell G. And we can spell G, G-U, and we can spell G, G-H. Point to the one that is the G in spaghetti. You should be pointing to G-H. Point to the G in guest. You should be pointing to G-U. Okay. We can draw a spaghetti noodle around the G-H, a long spaghetti noodle. Then we'll erase our boards. Remember, you can always press pause whenever you need to if I'm going too fast for you. Now, I want you to write the 2 phonograms that say oi. Pause it and write the 2 phonograms that say oi. Now, we can spell the oi that does not go at the end of words. English words don't end in I. That's why. And we can do O-Y, the one that can go at the end of words. I want you to think about 2 words, the word joy and the word oil. One of these goes with joy, and one of these goes with oil. Can you add the letters to the ones you think they go to? Press pause while you do that. And now it's time to check. So this one is gonna go with oi, because it can't go at the end of a word. Then our other word was joy. J-oy. This one can go at the end of the word. And we have been singing about the fruit of the Spirit all year long. One of the fruit of the Spirit is joy. So we're going to end by singing the fruit of the Spirit song. Here we go. Oh, the fruit of the Spirit is. Oh, the fruit of the Spirit is. Love and joy, joy and peace, peace and patience and kindness too, gentleness, faithfulness, self-control and goodness for you. Oh, the fruit of the Spirit is cha-cha-cha. And I want you to think about who you can show the fruit of the Spirit of during the rest of your day. Who can you be loving toward? Who can you help have more joy? Who can you share kindness with? Okay? I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I love you. Bye-bye.